Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video we're going to be reviewing Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. Yes, it's a very long name, but it's also a very beautiful fragrance. So today we're going to be reviewing it, talking about the performance, how it smells, everything you need to know about Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. So this gets compared a lot to Dior Sauvage because in fact they do smell similar, and this also came after Dior Sauvage, so technically this is a copy but in Prada's way. So they've made some changes, and the name Carbon is not for nothing. You're gonna see in the notes, you're gonna be surprised because I was too. But first, let's spray it together. Atomizer is very good, and off the top is just smells very fresh, very citrusy, but you get some aroma and lavender, and that lavender comes off very beautiful mixed with that bergamot. It's the perfect fresh opening. It is energizing and uplifting. It's very smooth and done in a very classy way. The opening smells a bit like Dior Sauvage, but this is way smoother and better in my opinion. But today we're not gonna discuss about that. That's gonna be for another video. So now let's look at the notes. So in the top you have bergamot and pepper. So off the top, very fresh, and you get a little bit of fresh spiciness coming from that pepper. And this pepper is not a very aggressive pepper like, hey, I'm here. No, this pepper really complements the bergamot, making it more fresh and gives it a unique character, like a fresh kick. Then in the middle, it gets a little bit weird. Bear with me. So of course we have that magical lavender in the middle, which comes off in the top, obviously. It smells really good, and it gives this fresh fragrance a aroma and just a little bit of a herbal feel, but not too much. It's really beautiful. It gives it a little bit of aroma, sweetness, but not too much. It's just very smooth and very good. Then we have metallic notes. Carbon, like I told you, is not for nothing. It's not just a name. Metallic notes, we're not done yet. Watery notes. This, to be honest, I don't get really any watery notes. Maybe because it's fresh, but I don't get any like aquatic notes or anything like that. Then we have coal and soil tincture. So yes, coal in a fragrance mixed with metallic notes and soil tincture. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, did they make this fragrance from, they were stuck in a cave and they say, oh, you know what, we should make a fragrance about metallic and carbon and everything we find in this cave, and they came out with this. But to be honest, it smells really good. So if you wonder how coal smells, I mean, obviously you've already smelled coal, but it's just like a kind of smoky scent, but not too smoky. It's like dark and smoky, but this fragrance is really not dark or smoky because of those other fresh notes and the aroma in this fragrance. It just adds a little bit of character in the base, but it doesn't smell like repelling. It's like, whoa, metallic notes, then you have coal and soil. Like, what the, no. Trust me, it smells good. It actually gives this a unique twist rather than just being a Sauvage clone. Then in the base, we have ambroxan and patchouli. So the ambroxan in here is not too strong, because in Dior Sauvage, the ambroxan is very strong. It is very prominent. It's literally one of the first notes you actually get from that fragrance, apart from the fresh citrus and the kick in your face pepper. The ambroxan, it just very subtle, very like transparent. Okay, just elevates the other notes without being too much in the space. So this ambroxan is very well used. It is very well blended to support the other notes and not being the main star of the show. And the patchouli just in the base, it's gonna have more earthy tinge with, of course, the metallic notes and the coral and everything, and just gives it a dark, mysterious base, but it still stays fresh, okay? Because the lavender stays in here a long time. Now, talking about long time, let's talk about the performance of Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. So on my skin, this lasts about 6-7 hours, 8 hours if I'm really pushing it. But in general, this lasts like 6-7 hours maximum. And I'm really disappointed because it doesn't last long, especially when you have ambroxan, and ambroxan is a node that is used to actually propulse the longevity and projection. But like I said, the ambroxan is used differently in here. It is not used to be the main star of the show, but rather to support the other notes and gives it a unique and interesting smell. So yeah, 6-7 hours, which is not bad. Okay, I would have really loved if this lasts a little bit longer, but I can complain. 6-7 hours is like average for fragrances nowadays, so it's still very solid. Now let's talk about the projection. So just like the longevity, this is not a wow, like it really projects a lot, especially with the ambroxan. You're expecting a bomb just like Dior Sauvage, but this is actually quite the opposite. So it does smell similar, but it doesn't perform similar. So it may smell just a little bit better, but it lacks the performance in this. So it's like you're exchanging the smell. Instead of having a Dior Sauvage, which is very like aggressive spiciness, you tone it down, smooth it out, but the counterpart is you lose some of that performance. So depending, if you like performance, then you stick with Dior Sauvage. If you like the smell, you stick with Prada Carbon. I'm just gonna say Carbon because it's less long to say. So yeah, the projection is moderate. It is, I would say it is more, no, actually I would just say moderate. Okay, I was about to say it's soft, but that would be a lie because people can still smell me, and I've gotten a lot of compliments with this one, I'm not gonna lie. So it's not a soft projection, it's actually the perfect projection you need from a fragrance. So it is not loud, but it is not soft, it's like moderate. So if you walk by or you talk to someone, he's gonna smell you. But if you're very far, he's not gonna smell you. And if you're really close, then of course he's gonna smell you. So this is the perfect projection. I would give this a 8 out of 10 for the projection because it is solid. It's what you're looking for in a fragrance. So if you're a guy that doesn't like really pushing fragrances that in your face, here motherfucker, you have to smell me. No, this is very soft, very calm, very gentleman-y, very distinguished. And because of that, you get a lot of compliments with this. So I've worn this to work, I've worn this to the gym, I've worn this to school, and this is by far in my top 5 most complimented fragrances. And this says a lot about this fragrance. It is a compliment beast, just like Dior Sauvage. But what I noticed with this fragrance is people don't actually know that this fragrance is similar to Dior Sauvage. Because I've actually done a test where I wore Prada Carbon, then after I wore Dior Sauvage. And I've received compliments for this Carbon, but Sauvage, no. And I asked, like, do you like my fragrance when I was wearing Dior Sauvage? And say, yeah, but it's like too many guys have it and everything. So she didn't give me the compliment for it, and other people. But when I wore this, they didn't even know it was similar, but they still complimented me. So this says a lot. This is better than Dior Sauvage because it's more smooth. But the performance, you're gonna have less. But if that's okay with you, then this is very good. So this is perfect fragrance for school, work, and you can also wear this at the gym. But environments where your closed environments and safe environments, and environments where you don't want to project as much but you still want to smell great. And this is a perfect killer for those situations. This is very professional, very clean, very elegant, just like Prada L'Homme. It is fresh, masculine, and but it is still mass appealing, very mass appealing. You're gonna get a lot of compliments with this, trust me. So any age group can wear this. You can be a teenager, but you can also be a grown man. But to be honest, I would see this more perfectly suited for grown men around the age of 20 to even 30, 35. So this is for adults, but teenagers can also wear this. But yeah, this is for the man who's in a suit, who's really professional, who's elegant and well put together, because this fragrance is also well put together and really beautifully blended. And because it is beautifully blended, the smell is of course splendid. So guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye.